Hey family, and welcome back to the channel. If you want to see how I came up with these great pieces right here, stay tuned. Hey guys, today we're doing a DIY, right? So I am I saw this vase. I would try to see if I find it again and show it to you guys, like pop it up on the screen. But I saw this vase that I fell in love with. So I want to turn these two vases that I told you guys I found. I'm going to turn these two vases into that, right? So as you can see, it has like these bubbles all over it. So I am going to attempt. So what I did is I got these. I got these from Dollar General. And they are they're these little egg things, right? I don't know if I don't think I have enough, but I don't know why these was $2 now. So this is how they come. So I need to like disconnect it right here. And I don't want this one because this one is too much of an oval. I want this one, which is shorter. So it's like I am going to place them on here like that. Right? I wish this was a little bit lower, like it wasn't this high up. See? Like I just wish it was a little flatter than this. I don't want to go cutting these and then all of them don't turn out to be the same. But this is a little too high. You know what? I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to cut one and see how that works out. And then we go from there. So, yeah, let me go get the scissors. Okay, so I have the scissors and I want to cut them because I feel like they're still a little too high. So I'm going to cut up to about right here. It's not as easy to cut as I thought it would be. Oops, see? It's breaking the entire thing. Okay, that's not going to work. I just feel like this is going to be too high out. See? That's what I feel. And it's going to be a lot of it, you know? I wish they were a little, just a little bit flatter than this. I don't want to go on the road. Yeah, can you guys see? It sticks out way too much. I need it to be a little flatter than that. So, yeah, this is not going to work. And I thought it would have been easier to cut. And see that I'll put one like that. So they would just form a line come down. But that's too much. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'll be back. Let me find something else that I can use to do this. So let's scratch this whole idea. Bye. Okay guys, today's recipe is boiled fish and dumplings from the British Virgin Islands. Yes, that is one of our national dishes and we're the only ones that do it right. But I would say I was home the other day and I ain't taste not one that was right. Oh, such a shame, such a shame. So here we are. I always have to cook it myself. My mom was like the best on this and people traveled from far. I mean, real far, overseas far, just to have her boiled fish and dumplings. So guys, what I'm doing is I am preparing the sauce. So I lost some footage, so I'm gonna explain to you what I did. So in the sauce, you want the different bell peppers, you want some onions, you want some celery, you want some hot pepper. That is one of the main things in there. I'm putting some scallion in there. I am putting some thyme in there. And one of the next main things that you have to put in this is lime. Not lemon, lime. You need to squeeze a half a lime depending on how much you're making. Another key ingredient that I can tell is missing when I go home, when I taste the ones home, is there's no tomato in it, right? That's one of the main things. My mom showed me that trick. People don't put tomato in there, so their mayo sauce be all white, and it just don't have that flavor. Excuse me, it needs to have. So in that other pot, I have sweet potatoes, and I also have green bananas boiling. Okay, so here I am cutting up the tomato to put in there, and I'm also putting some lime. What I did is I removed the seeds from the lime because I hate when I bite into one of those. I just hate it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the water that I am boiling the fish in, that is the same water that I am going to transfer over into this pot with all this beautiful seasoning in it. And I am going to use that to cook down the onions and everything. I am not going to put any regular water in there. Now that's where I lost my footage, guys, right there when I was about to cut up the tanya. So what you do is you take your tanya, your dumplings and everything after you remove the fish from the pot if you don't have enough space, and the same water that the fish was being cooked in is the same water you will cook your dumplings in and any other ground provision that you're going to cook. You will cook it in that same water. That is the key. You don't want to cook these things separate. You want to cook them in the same water. Okay? Okay guys, so this is our sweet potato. This is what we call sweet potato. Up here they do have a yellow one, but this is ours. So I love this with boiled fish and dumplings. So this is part of what we'll put on the side. So again, let's get back to the sauce. So in the pot that was boiling the fish, what that pot started out with was some hot pepper, a piece of celery, garlic, and salt. I added salt to it because my fish were frozen. Even though I had already cleaned the fish, put a little bit of salt on them, I was putting them in there frozen. You add a good amount of salt so that it can marinate through the fish when it's cooking. I also added some okra. So I put the okra, instead of boiling the okra in the fish water, I boiled it with the sauce that I made. So this sauce is called the butter sauce. So it's just all that seasoning you saw me did with the fish water and butter. Okay? I don't like this one. To me, it's too thin. I need that nice thickness. So I will show you the other sauce that also goes with this one. This one is for Babe because he does not like mayo. I let him try the mayo one and he was like, nah, I prefer the other one. So that was his dish. Okay? So after I served him his food, what I did is I add a little bit more of the water from the fish sauce. Right now, the stove is turned off. You do not want to add the mayo when the stove is on. You want your stove to be off. So I add a good amount of mayo in there and I'm whisking it. I want it to be a certain thickness. So the thickness you're kind of looking for is when you're making pancakes. So that's the thickness you're looking for. And I'm going to whisk it. Remember, your stove is off. You do not want the stove to be on when you add the mayo. Okay? So guys, this is how the dish looks with the mayo. Now this right here, finger licking good. Okay, family, so I went to Hobby Lobby and we got this silicone mold, and I always had this air drying clay. So I'm going to create, I couldn't find nothing that was shallow enough that I could use, so I was like, wait a minute, I can just use clay, create the circles that I need, and then I could adhere them onto the jar. So this is going to be a little bit more time consuming, and if this doesn't pan out, then I'm gonna do another design that I'm thinking on the jar, probably with the clay. Okay, so let's see how this works. If it's too much, it will be abandoned. So okay guys, so I showed you these jars before, and these are the jars that I will be converting over. So first, what I'm doing is I am getting some acrylic paint and I'm creating the color that I want, right? So I did some white paint, I did one little drop of black, which was way too much, and it was looking too gray, and then I add some brown to it to bring in that warmth of a taupey color that I was looking for. And then because it was a little darker than I was wanting, I kept on adding white to it to bring it to that color that I want. Okay, so after you get the right color that you're looking for, you want to add the baking powder. So I'm adding is that baking powder or baking soda? Baking soda, sorry. So you want to add the baking soda, and you add in this at your liking. It depends on how much texture you want to have on your glass, right? So I know how much texture I want, how bumpy I want it to be. So I'm adding according to that. So the first one we're going to do is this round one. If you're going to try this, do not do it on the glass itself. What you want to do is put some kind of primer on there. So what I should have done is probably sprayed this white, and then I would not have needed so much of this paint that I'm adding on here now. As you can see, it's very opaque, so you can like see through. And what I had to do in the end was take it into the garage the following day, and I sprayed black inside to get rid of that opaqueness. So if you're going to try this, put paint on it, put spray. You can spray paint it white first or whatever color you desire. You spray paint it first and then you do this, and you wouldn't need so much. Like that one mixture I did should have done this entire jar without me having to go. I had to actually mix again, another batch. I had to let this dry a little bit, mix again, add more, and it was still a little bit opaque. Okay, so the next thing we're doing now is we're working on this jar. With this jar, the first thing I did wrong is I did not clean it, the outside, with at least some rubbing alcohol to get rid of any dust or anything off of it, so that stuff can stick right. What I was using was a ruler to help me place the stuff on there straight. So that's why I was using that ruler. However, y'all, this still did not work. The clay balls that I was adding eventually started to fall off. They were too heavy, they were not holding, and they all fell off. As you can see, you're going to see like I'm pressing down on the board before I use them. I was flattening one edge and it didn't work. They all fell off. So I had to come up with a whole nother strategy. It was frustrating. I was going to give up. I wasn't even going to show you guys this, but I was like, no, you want them to see what not to do. So guys, I let this dry a little bit, and now I'm adding the second coat. As you can see with the second coat that I need a third coat, but I was not doing a third coat because I already said to myself I'm going to take it into the garage and I'm going to either spray white on the inside or I'm going to spray black on the inside. In the end, I decided to spray black on the inside, which covered that opaqueness that I was experiencing. So guys, here is that was the vase, and this is the second one. So how I got this done quickly was I went ahead and I marked it with a permanent marker, and then I measured 2 inches apart is where I wanted each one of those balls to fall at center. Okay, so after I was finished doing this, it was very tiring because I was doing this one and I'm hearing balls dropping off the other one. So I had to go take me a nap, child. I had to go take me a nap and come back at this because this was stressing mama out. Okay guys, so I did not record. I thought I was recording, but I did not record how I made these balls. So all I did was take some of the clay, mush it together, and then I rolled it in my hand like that, and it turned into those balls. So that's how I made them. I made a few of them and then I let them sit overnight. So I had made these the night before so that they can get hard. Okay, and my plan was to cut them in half, but that wasn't happening. Okay guys, you can't see it on camera, but under this warm light, this has a slight pink hue. So it's really clashing when I put it in its space. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add some more layers of color to it. So I'm just spraying some water on here, and I have some white paint that I am going to put on it, right? Like that. So I'm just going to, like, instead of aging it dark, I'm aging it light, if you get what I'm coming from. That looks much better than, yeah, that looks way better. Before you were seeing like this pinky looking jar. It kind of mimics what's going on here on the countertop now. I hide a lot of the pink, so I think when I put the greenery in it, it's gonna look good. I'm gonna put, this is what was there before. So I'm gonna put these in there. I like it. I like it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch the white a little bit and see if I want to take some of that white out and probably add like a darker brown. That's what I'm thinking on. But for right now, I like it. Now let's go on to these troublesome vase that I have had to come up with a whole new idea for. And I love the idea now, guys, that the reason why I never took this out was because I had no way to put it. Remember this closet? So I can put it in here. I have place to store it now. So let's put that back there. My daughter said that I have too much stuff happening right here. I agree with her, but I think I have these stuff out, so much stuff out because I'm trying to hide these because I'm not ready to, you know, maybe I should do it like that. Create that kind of a cluster and leave here empty. Or do you think I should just completely move them away? Oh my God, I look so much better. I'm gonna move them out of here. This is like my favorite spray to spray in my house. And yes, it's from my line. It's called Jotador. And then I made this one to test it out where I add French Poet and Jotador together. This is amazing. And I don't have it on the website yet. But I was testing this out because I want to see how the two of them would linger together and how long the scent would stay. If it's like Jotador, like Jotador will kill a smoke scent, like in your bathroom. Like it will kill so much, Jotador. Okay, so I removed the two. I am wondering if maybe let's style over here differently. I feel like a lot is happening right there in that corner. Maybe I should swap what's happening here over here and put this single piece over there. If that makes sense, what I just said. Okay. That has cleaned it up a little bit. But I don't know if that's it. So what I did over here is I put the cutting board and everything on this side. So now here it feels like I have more workspace. And I moved the knives over there. To me, the knives need to be next to the stove. I would love to put them on the stove, but then every time I'm cooking, I have to take it off. Before, I used to have this sitting on the stove. And I only used to use a two-front stove. That's why I'm like, I want a backless stove so bad, right? So like over here, I think what's making over here not look right is because I have all these plugs that needs to be done. I don't want to change them out and then have to do it again. Well, I won't have to do it again. I'll just have to unscrew them. So I think that's what I need to do. I need to put these plugs in place, and even when I have to redo it, just unscrew them. Like, it's not gonna kill me to unscrew them. But I like over here, it looks a lot more cleaner now. Yeah, it looks a lot more cleaner. So I'm gonna leave it like that. I have to fix my backsplash. I really have to fix my backsplash. So that's how we are looking over there. And I like it. I really do. Yeah, I really like it. So that's how over here is going to be styled for now. And then I feel like over here, sorry guys, I have to tidy up my kitchen. So bear with me. But I feel like over here now, this pot is gonna go in the oven. But right now the oven is on self-clean. I have it self-cleaning itself. And I have, what, 26 more minutes before it unlocks. Once it unlocks, I'm going to take this off the stove. And I'm going to put it in the oven. I'm going to store it in because it's pretty heavy until I do my cabinets and I have my drawers and stuff. I'm going to put this in the oven. This thing is very heavy, right? Then, this was when I was cleaning the chicken. I have this bowl right here. That's not ideal. Again, I think it's because I'm seeing all of this going on. Or should I put this against that? Or maybe I should just put this. That's exactly what I'm going to do. This is going to go in the pantry. Because I just have lime and potatoes in here. Okay. This is starting to look a lot like what I would traditionally want, which is that clean surface. But I think I had a lot of stuff up here because I was hiding stuff, right? So I'm liking this. I'm liking this. This is much more cleaner, but I still need it to be functional, and I think it's still functional. Right here is a little too close to the sink. I mean, does it matter? I don't want to put everything against this wall. I don't think it's going to look right. And to me, this don't need to be on this side. The sugar pot, I don't think it needs to go over here where it was next to, you know, because of the jar itself looks like the one that I have my utensils in. But yeah, let me live with this for a little bit, and let me go work on something else and then come back and see how I feel about it. Okay? Okay guys, I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I was gonna give up on this, but like I said, I went online to see if I see something else that I can do. And I did. So I saw this vase, as you can see the price of that one, and I decided I was going to do that one. So that one, I only have to put two rows on opposite sides. Okay guys, so as you can see, I'm adding the clay on here. I completely changed the design because it was stressing me out. And then I went online to see if I saw another design that I want to mimic. And I did see one, and I'll pop it up here on the screen. But it had this unevenness happening with the jar. So that's what I'm doing. So basically, I'm spraying some water on the jar, and then I am adding the clay. I did spray the glass with spray adhesive, with regular spray, white spray, just to see if it would help these to hold. And then what I did is on the back of these is I score them with the tool to kind of roughen up that flat part so it won't be that flat. And then I put them back on with the hot glue gun, and then I put some Gorilla Glue. After I put them on, I took the Gorilla Glue and I dripped it around it. So that will take, because when I was putting the Gorilla Glue with the hot glue gun, it was not sticking at all. It was falling off. So, yeah. So I'm going to finish applying the clay. And after I'm done applying the clay, I'll come back and show you guys how it looks. Some Mod Podge clear sealing spray. So I'm adding that to it when it's finished, and that'll be it. and then you'll see how I'm going to show you guys where I'm going to style it. But I have to let the clay dry, see if any of it cracks, fill those cracks, and then I can really finish it off. So I just wanted you guys to be able to see it in this video and see the idea and where I'm going to style them when I am finished. But this design versus what I was doing before, I'm in love, because before I was going to do a crackle finish, but this right here, this organic look, it's beautiful, and I love how these turn out. $300 for less than $9. So guys, this is how I style the jar as I showed you earlier. Again, I am really happy with this over here in the corner. I'm really loving this organic look. Getting rid of the shiny objects and bringing in more of these and just minimal shine here and there. I'm really loving this look. It's trending a lot right now, and I'm really enjoying it. So guys, if you guys try any of these DIYs, please let me know. So guys, here is the jar. This is where I plan to style it, and the top of it is kind of dry. So when it dries, I will be fixing it, and I will show you guys in another video how it looks styled. Bye, and see you on my next upload.